he's supporting some poor children to go to school, and he was wondering whether the financial support to these kids will be considered zakah or not. Well, if you have an intention to pay this money to those who are eligible for the zakah with the intention of paying zakah, then definitely it counts as zakah. Education is very, very important thing in Islam, and I would like to remind you that the very first vocabulary, the first word that Allah the Almighty revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was read, read in the name of your Lord. So education is very, very important, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the superiority of a scholar over a worshipper is similar to the superiority of the sun over the rest of the stars, or the superiority of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam over the rest of the prophets. So sending poor children to school to get a degree, to get educated, we definitely can support them out of our zakah fund, and we should. Not only that is it permissible. The second, similarly, as they grow up and they don't have the means to get married, so we can support them from our zakah fund in order to help them to get married as well and suffice their basic needs. So buying them a flat, furnishing the flat, buying them their needs in order to get married as well, as long as they are. Some people misunderstand the concept of the zakah, and they think that the zakah should be given only to those who are starving to death. No, that's not true. There are 8 categories whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listed to be eligible for the zakah. إِنَّمَا الصَّدَقَاتُ لِلْفُقَرَاءِ وَالْمَسَاكِينَ, verse number 60 of Surah At-Tawbah. So he mentioned 2 categories with regards to poverty. The common factor between all of them is poverty, but some of them are not necessarily poor. Sending people for the sake of Allah to, whether for jihad on the battlefield, Muslims army, those who are guarding the borders, border control, and to seek knowledge to benefit the ummah. We can support the dua who go abroad to non-Muslim countries in order to spread the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can be also supported from what's known as Baytul Mal, which we collect in it the zakah fund. So the answer to your question is yes, definitely you can consider this financial support out of your zakah as zakah. Barakallah feek. But it has to be preceded by an intention, which means, have you paid this money in the past as a gift or as a voluntary charity? You cannot go back and say, well, I'm going to deduct it from the zakah because the Sheikh said it counts as zakah. Because before the fard or before the act of worship, you have to precede it with an intention. That's why we say, if you give somebody a loan, and he failed to pay back, so you say, fine, I'll drop it. Drop it from what? Drop it from your voluntary charity, not from the zakah.